Hi, we're here at the main line doing a severe pelt removal. Pretty intense pelt. Oof. This cat is maybe never been groomed before. I'm not really sure. Not used to the sound of that clipper. Alright. I'm just going to feel around, save some of the things for while she's in the bath. Yeah. Alright, so let's just start with a happy hoodie. That should block the sound of the triggering of the clipper. Intended for blocking the sound of the dryer, but will work to block the sound of the clipper as well. Okay, so let's get, I've never had this cat come in before, so let's just get these nails off. They're pretty long and sharp. Yeah. Okay, so we're starting from scratch with this little one. Yeah. What you gonna do? What are you doing? I want to try and stay on the good side of the cat. Seems very cooperative. Maybe not for the nail clipping, but we can save that for later as long as the cat's not trying to swipe at me. We can just wait until the cat gets in the bath. Hi, how are you? You're very beautiful. Yeah, so everything's pelted, including the mane. Can't save it. I'm using a 1-azole clipper. That's the $35 clipper that we recommend on Amazon. It is on the Amazon idea list in my link, themainline.live. If you scroll down, you'll see the Amazon idea list with this clipper. It's the black one. And I'm using this because it has a little porcelain bit in the blade, which makes for excellent pelt removal. It actually works better than my wall bravura. The only thing is, this blade will start to run hot after about 10-15 minutes. So you either spray the blade with Cool Care, which is one product by Andis, or you just change the blade out. So the replacement blades are only $10. And that way you have nice, cool replacement blades at your fingertips. And then to check how hot that blade is running, I usually just hold it up to my cheek. Yeah. Mama. This one is pretty tight. I'm doing a cat dance. Just work with the movement of the cat. I pretty much give a cat free will when they're being groomed. There's not a whole lot of forced grooming happening. You always want to give that cat a release mechanism to be able to freely move around. The minute you start to restrict, it pretty much most of the time has an opposite reaction back at you. So if you were to try to hold a cat down with any kind of resistance, that cat will give you that same resistance back. So this is just a way of working around that. The cat has more fluid movement, but as you can see, it's not preventing me from being able to continue to groom the cat. So no matter what the cat does, just don't come to a full stop. You may want to redirect something and circle back around to it later. But don't ever stop. Otherwise, this cat could get it in their head that they can control your movements. Still running at a nice temperature, so fairly safe with her. I actually find it to be safer. Let's do the Bermuda Triangle. So we're gonna scrub the back of this cat's neck as we enter the Bermuda Triangle. And that is the tip of the nose and the tip of the legs. You always want to have complete control when you enter that area, just so they don't do anything to hurt themselves. And then slowly release your hold, just a loose hold. Circle back around this happy hoodie. See if we can't get this to do a little bit of work for us. A little bit of compression. See if it works for her. Him. I didn't even check yet. There's a pelt all in that area. Alright. That didn't last very long. Wow. Cute little cat. She's gonna be in constant mode. It's fine. Maybe she'll find us a way to position herself to be comfortable, but so far she's in just constant fluid movement. It's fine. Alright, let's hold on to the back of her neck and see what happens. Do a little pinch. That's going to help to calm her and not cause her to become frustrated. You could incorporate it into your grooming, only if it helps the situation. A lot of cases it does not. Okay, so we're at that point where that blade is now a little too hot. So how do you pop these blades off? Hey, sweetie. Take your thumb. Just pop it right out. So this is what the new blade comes in. $10. I'm just going to alternate in between blades. I'd rather do it that way than be putting a product that's going to wet my blade down. but then that's going to cause the fur to start to clog up the clipper. So I'd rather work without that product. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. This is pretty heavy, pretty thick. My goodness. One step closer. All right. Let's see if this does any better. It's just really tight, so makes no difference actually. Almost there, little girl. Oh, you're almost using it like a sawing action. Like it's that tight. My goodness. I'm gonna go one step closer, see if that helps. Hi. You comfy? Suga. She said, I want to go for a walk. Soon. Usually when a pelt is this tight, the owner has tried to wash the pad with the matting and pelting, causing it to be 10 times tighter. Pelting is not normally this slow to come off. You, my dear, as sweet as you are. Alright. Can we get you to drop it down a notch, please? Thank you. We got work to do. And then you can play later. Okay? I do 3-finger scruff. That means 3 fingers are holding on to something, and then 2 fingers to hold that leg out. I can also go into the lap grooming if I wanted to. My dear. Seriously? We're done with the nails. Yeah, we're done with the nails. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not playing that game. She's trying to just use her nails to grab onto my side here and wiggle her way out of this grooming. So that should stop that. There we go. Good girl. And then we're going to get her in the tub, medicate her skin. Lots of tight pelting will aggravate the skin. So I'm going to use an antifungal, antibacterial medicated shampoo by Lay Pooch. It's my go-to shampoo for any pelt removals. It acts as a perfect finishing shampoo as well for any line cut and pelt removal. Yeah. Wow. Oh wow. You got a little Bo Peep meow. Little Bo Peep. Little Bo Peep. Pretty girl. Alright. Circle back around to that later. Wow. Wow. Almost there. That just came off. Pretty heavy, pretty thick, pretty old. You can tell how old it is. It's been on for a while. Such a silly girl. Yes, you are. Wow. Wow. That's a no. Go back to that. Pelt right on the tip of the tail. Let's get that out of the way. She wants the cat's tail saved. If she can. So looks like all it has is a pelt at the very top, which was connected to that. So everything else is pretty good. Good girl. done. Other side. She's actually settled. Wow. Amazing. She probably feels good. She's like, what is that feeling that I'm getting? I haven't felt that since I was a kitten. Right? Pretty eyes. You know, pretty eyes. Would this be her natural temperament? Normally I ask an owner to pre-treat a cat prior to a pelt removal, but I don't even have any notes that this is even a pelt removal. It's a new client, but there's nothing on the intake that it was for a pelt removal, so, which would mean that I never mentioned it. Obviously, she doesn't need it. She's just being very, very cooperative in her own special, unique way. Very kitten-like. Yeah, you're very kitten-like. Can we finish? Can we finish? Can we finish? Oh. No, 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 no. Yay! Alright, so let's take this little face comb. $6 on Groomer's Mart. They have a set of 3 anti-static black combs. Probably one of the best deals on Groomer's Mart for combs for your cat. This is actually identical to the one that a very, very popular pet company uses at a much more expensive price. It's the same exact comb. This one, $6 on Groomer's Mart. And then they have this one, and then they have a bigger one, which is more like a poodle finishing comb. It's not exactly a poodle finishing comb. It would be perfect if it was, but it's close enough. And this little face comb is going to pull out all of those little tiny knots that are in and around her head and ears. And I'm going to use a little soft slicker for the boots. That's $5 on Groomer's Mart. That link is in my bio. It's called the Soft Sensitive Slicker. And I use that for the boots of all my line cuts. Wow. Need it. And then we're just going to do a initial sculpting of a tiger head on her. I used to be a dog groomer, so I have hand scissoring technique skills. My sculpting tools are an extension of my hands because of the years of hand scissoring with dogs. Most people who don't have hand scissoring techniques, you would not use that particular kind of sculpting tool. You can probably put a comb attachment on your one-is-all clipper. They do come with 6 comb attachments, and you can probably do it that way. Or if you want to start practicing, I would say put down any kind of scissors and pick up a thinning shears. Just a very basic generic one. But the problem with that is they can tend to be very sharp. This one we keep dull on purpose. We do have a mobile sharpener that comes to our salon, and we actually request, which is complete opposite of dog grooming tools, we actually request that they not be sharpened fully. We want them to remain maintained, properly serviced, but we don't want that real sharp edge on them, because you don't need it for cat grooming, and it just kind of will get in the way and interfere. You did it. Last but not least, separate out this tail. Fluff out those boots ahead of time so we can wash them correctly. And then just check that boot mark. She's going to get a groomer scoop pre-treatment to get those boots nice and fluffy again. And the groomer scoop is going to help with all of this tremendous amount of oil or staining. There's lots of yellowing in her coat. You did it. Yes, you did. And again, this is what came off of her. I think she's doing absolutely amazing. Hopefully she does not have a reaction to water. That would be unfortunate. She's just covered in oil and dander. She needs a good bath, and she needs to get her skin treated. Okay, right this way, little girl. Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. And she's in the tub. Yeah. She's a very curious little girl. Now, before I can put any kind of groomer scoop on her, I have to see if she's going to be able to handle sounds and water. So let's start with the sound of the sprayer. What is that? What is that? What is that? Girl, you're so cute. You're so cute. Yeah, you are. You're adorable. Come out. Come out. This way. This way. Alright, water's warm. We preheated the groomer scoop so it's nice and warm. We're going to put that on her two front paws. See if she can even handle that. That's my litmus test to see if I can even wash the cat. And while that's working, we're going to do her ears. Yeah. And hold this little girl. Her color's a little off. Good girl. Gave myself something to do while her front paws are being worked on with that groomer scoop. I think she's gonna be fine. There we go. let me see, let me see. Alright, so we'll go and do a deeper dive in those ears when she's in her burrito wrap. Right now I just want all of that discharge away from her outer leather and inner ear, like the front part of the ear, so it doesn't get all over her clean fur. Wow. Now, let us try and see if she'll respond to a happy hoodie before we wash the 2 front paws. Oh, okay, it's on. She's not interested in that cone going on her head. So she's so sweet, we'll just leave it for now. Alright, let's try. There we go. Yeah. Probably first bath. Alright. Okay. Hi. Now what? Now what? What are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do now? Girl. And we're going to try the bath technique instead. Yeah, we're going to try that instead. Give your cat time to process. And start cleaning the front paws. Yeah. Hello. What are you doing back there? I know. Head up. Head up. Head up. Yeah, we're gonna get when we get the slow clean. Good girl. Alright, let's make sure her front paws are getting clean. Good girl. Other side. Alright, so she's still processing. She's not sure what to make of water. It's okay. But it does feel good. She's just sitting in nice warm water. And that's the one thing that starts to happen with a lot of cats is they start to figure out, hey, wait a second, that actually feels good. But we'll see how it goes with her. She may not be able to process. Yeah. 2 front paws are done. Good girl. Meow. Good girl. You've got the prettiest eyes. Sea green. Sea green. Yeah. Sea green eyes. Good girl. Pretty girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Just gonna roll. very kitten-like, but I don't think there's anything kitten about her. She's definitely older. Would be nice if my boot brush was handy. Not even here. Okay, where'd they all go? Alright, now we're going to wet her body. See how she processes that. You do it step by step. I would love to give her a groomer scoop on her head, but I don't know if she could handle that. Just settle. Just settle. Just settle. Good girl. You're fine. You're fine. I'm gonna take her out. Don't know if that's helping or not. A lot of times it will help just to put a cat in a basin. Settle. Good girl. So that's her medicated shampoo, treating her skin. We need that on for 5 minutes. There's a pretty old pelt on her, so her skin is feeling water and oxygen and things that haven't been felt in a very long time. So you just feel really gentle. I'm going to try and see how she does with that 1 inch of warm water. It could have a very calming effect on her, where she'll settle, or it could have the opposite effect. So I'm just trying every technique I know. Yeah, didn't really do anything. So we're gonna grab her that chub spar, get those back feet down. Maybe she'll position herself and start to settle. Good girl. Yeah. I think she's going to have the hardest time with her face being washed, so we're going to save that for last and figure out what we're going to do with that. Lordy. Lord, Lord, Lord. Double shampoo with Chubb's Bar on the boots. She's been in constant movement for her entire grooming, so why should she be any different for her bath? She might have thought she just found an escape route, so we don't want that. Wow. So we're going to restore her tail, covered in heavy oil and dander that she had throughout her whole body. You probably can't see it right now, but all of that dead skin and dander is floating on the surface of her entire body. We're going to rinse it off. And if we still see it, we'll give her one more shampoo. She was really close to getting comfortable. Just don't want to get a chill. Let's get some more warm water in here. Good girl. That's probably going to feel good. What rinses off. Yeah, she needs one more. Good girl. She's starting to settle. Alright, we did everything. We finished. We're going to save that head for last and see how she does. I don't think it's going to go well, but let's see what happens. What we can do is just get right up to the cheeks. You can get fairly close without dousing her whole head, and just start with that. Who knows, she may actually like it now that she's processed the bath a little bit better. Sometimes they just need to figure it out. Most smart cats will figure it out by the end of the bath. There may be some moments at the beginning of the bath and you're not sure which way it's going to go with your cat. But you have to give them a little bit of credit and allow them to figure it out for themselves without force. It's always apparent to me when I know that there's no way that a cat is going to be able to figure it out for themselves. You can usually tell from the look in their eyes. And you just know they can't process or figure out what this thing called water is. The smart ones are going to figure it out, and they're going to start to get really quiet because they've just figured out that it actually feels good. We're getting really close. Right up to her little chin acne, her cheeks. Get really close. Get a little bit of water in here. Warm up this bath. Just an inch, half an inch of water can really help a cat and keep them from getting that chill. And because this is stainless steel, it starts to heat up, and then they spread out and they start to relax. Again, yeah, you did really well. You need it. You did. You did. You did. You did awesome. Alright, so for the rinse, we're going to go real close. You can go really close without dousing the eyes, nose, and ears. And then I usually switch to a heated rinse bottle. I use a towel warmer by Sharper Image. As long as you don't allow any part of your plastic bottle to touch the side of it while it's inside the box, you're fine. And for the groomer scoop, I just make sure it's in a metal container, and then I'm fine. Otherwise, you could have a problem if you allow the plastic to touch the side of it'll start to melt it. But if you just keep it away from the walls, it just makes everything nice and warm. Good girl. Amazing. And then always test on your arm before you start squirting that water on your cat. It should be just a very ambient warm, nothing hot, nothing cold. If you start spiking to hot and cold things, you are going to trigger your cat. One of the first things I discovered as a cat groomer, every time I turned on my water, it would fluctuate with water pressure and change the heat of the water. So I had a plumber come in and put on a regulator so that the temperature always stayed the same. Every time I turned it on, it went to the same temperature and stayed that way. So I don't know the name of it, but a plumber will know what you're talking about. You did it. Alright. So she got through her bath, she processed it, she figured it out. The I'm wet meow that you hear right now, that's pretty much what every cat's gonna do when they get wet. Everyone has their own official I'm wet meow. Well, most. Alright, so all that water is gone. And we're just gonna do one last quick rinse and get her in her towel wrap. Yeah. She did amazing. Yes, you did. Up we go. Wow. Alrighty. Right this way. Wow. Where are you? There you are. Meow. So I'm just going to hold her in that towel wrap while I'm cleaning off the table. This is what we took off earlier. And we use the one is all clipper. This is what I prefer to use on pelt removals on cats. Probably because of the porcelain bit right there on the blade. And two, when you do pelt removals, it tends to dull the blades. And these are only $10. So I'm no longer dulling my $40 black diamond. I'm just dulling a $10 blade. So, wow. You did it. You did it. Off we go. Get rid of all that. Turn the heater on. Disinfect the table. God only knows what's in a pelt, so you're always disinfecting after you do it. Wow. There she is. Wow. Wow. Such a pretty kitty. Yes, you are. You're a pretty kitty. Alright, so for the pelt removal, I use the one is all with an alternative blade, meaning I just change them out because they only have about 10 to 15 minutes run time before they get too hot. So instead of using a cool care that's going to have chemical on it and then you have to spray it back down again, you usually spray it off with one of these. You could instead, just when you get your one is all, order a second blade. That's $35. This is $10. I like the black one because it comes with a stand. It is a charging station, but you don't want to keep recharging it unless you've drained it. So I use it as a stand and only charge it when it has drained. It does show you how much power is in it. And the black is holding up 10 times better than their original gold one, which kept, right away started to come off. So this is holding up so much better. So that we put in our Amazon idea list. I'll have to find the link for the separate blade on its own and throw that on the link as well. Alright, so we can bypass taking any kind of heavy drying instrument to this little girl. Well, one, she's in a line cut. And this where you dry 1 minute, 2 minutes, whether you're using a space heater or whether you're using that do-it-yourself stand dryer. She's been in constant movement since she showed up, so this is her MO. Let me grab her. I'm going to show you a drying technique that should not alarm your cat. This is a do-it-yourself stand dryer. I'm just using an electric contractor clamp light, and I have a small Conair hair dryer on it. one. have someone here for either a pickup, drop off, or it's FedEx. I can't really be sure. Anyway, so we brought a cat in fluid movement to where she actually started to calm and relax after the bath. I think she's just starting to feel really nice. But anyway, we went through a couple of techniques. She is a sweet little cat. And we will remove the pelt once. We will not do it a second time. We let all of our clients know that we will not do this a second time. So we provide free maintenance services every Wednesday evening, educational tutorials on Wednesday night. They bring in their grooming tools. We show them what or how things are done. We also offer the online classes every Sunday on various formats. So anyway, the last thing we're going to do is just fluff out her boots with a Shalandi dryer, and we're going to make sure we have a happy hoodie on her head. So we're going to end this live because I have to check in on a client, I think. So we'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining us.